February the 15th this year is the 22nd anniversary of the abduction of the Kurdistan Workers' Party leader, Abdullah Ocalan. He has been held in isolation for most of the time since 1999 for over 8,000 days now. Because this is the 22nd anniversary, the Peace in Kurdistan Campaign, along with globalrights.info, the online rights-based journal, have organized the production of a declaration by over 120 writers, artists, cultural activists all across the board and from all places in the world to call for the release of Abdullah Ocalan. I'd like to now read the artist's declaration for Ocalan's freedom. As I said, it was put together by 120 writers, poets, painters, all sorts of cultural activists from all over the world to try and commemorate this particular day 22 years, over 8,000 days later. Art is an enhanced form of human expression, embodying the power of communication with a capacity to transmit shared values and represent common experiences that are felt and lived by people in different communities and over successive generations. Creative artists are essentially engaged in the process of communication, whether the tools of their craft are words, sounds, or images. As creative artists, we understand the absolute necessity of freedom and what it means for the human spirit. Freedom nurtures life and sustains human creativity. Freedom is a living principle that connects all humanity. It is a basic requirement of our existence, one that is as essential as food, water, shelter, and rest. Like a flower needs the light of the sun, humanity needs freedom. To deny it is to shut out the light and stifle life. Artistic expression thrives in conditions of freedom. The best examples of art are enjoyed as shared experience and represent the common values of humanity. Art possesses the unique ability to connect people beyond time and space in history and culture. It enables people to transcend borders and surmount all the barriers of language, age, social class, custom, and education. Great art challenges its audience to question its own deeply held beliefs and to rethink its most cherished attitudes. It dispels ignorance, prejudice, and misunderstanding. Creative artists recognize that they have a duty to uphold common values. We perform a vital function in our society, guiding popular opinion and acting as the conscience of the nation. There is nothing cynical about the essential truth of art. As educators and communicators, as artists, we carry on our responsibilities with the utmost seriousness, with integrity and profound commitment. The writers of the Romantic movement regarded themselves as the unacknowledged legislators of their nations. In the words of the poet Shelley, the Kurdish people, like ourselves, are deeply attached to their culture. They are right to be proud of their rich and ancient heritage, language, shared values, folk customs, poetry, and traditions of storytelling. The Kurds share with every nation a desire to express themselves by composing music, performing dance, creating visual art, writing verse, and are active in all the contemporary forms of artistic production, including film, theatre, and video art. These expressions of their humanity cannot be denied them. Abdullah Ocalan, the outstanding leader of the Kurdish people, has shown immense dignity, integrity, selfless commitment, and profound foresight over the years, even during the decades of his imprisonment. He has inspired multiple generations of Kurdish people to live their lives in dignity and self-respect. He has been a great teacher and encouraged Kurdish men and women to stand tall and stand up for their rights as free human beings. Throughout their history, the Kurds have been compelled to struggle for their freedom, confronted with the intolerance and cruelty of the Turkish state. Ocalan has offered them hope and a means of liberation. The contemporary Kurdish political struggle has engendered a tremendous renaissance in Kurdish culture, numerous examples of which can be found in art, music, literature, and cinema. Abdullah Ocalan himself has written much about the place of culture and language in the lives of the Kurds. He recognizes that art is an expression of Kurdish identity and that freedom is a necessary requirement for it to flourish. Art and freedom are both essential for human dignity. As artists, we understand that freedom is essential for the dignity and integrity of every individual. Abdullah Ocalan has served his time and deserves his freedom. He has clearly demonstrated that he is a responsible political leader of his people and has shown that his words can be trusted. It is time for him to be given his freedom. The Artist Declaration for Ocalan's Freedom will be launched on Sunday, February the 14th by Peace in Kurdistan Campaign. It's hoped that this declaration will be able to travel the enormous distance to Abdullah Ocalan's cell in his prison island in the Sea of Marmara. Of the 120 names that have signed this petition, some of whom are quite well known and some not so well known. For example, we have Maxine Peake, the well-known British actress, Brian Eno, the musician, the Scottish writer, James Kelman, who's also produced a short book of essays on the Kurdish struggle, Janet Beale, who wrote the biography of Murray Bookchin, who is an important contributor to the current struggle in Rojava, Doug Nichols, the writer, Jack Hirschman, the San Franciscan emeritus poet laureate, and Yada Uzun, a well-known drummer you'll find on YouTube, who's currently in Italy. All these people have come together to state clearly that peace is more important than more war and bloodshed, whether it's in southeast Turkey, in northern Kurdistan, or in Syria that has suffered so much in these recent years. All of us have come together just to support the release of Abdullah Ocalan and to call for the renewal of the peace process there, that peace is the way forward. Through peace, people will progress, not through more war and bloodshed, as we just witness in northern Iraq at the moment. The Turkish state seems to be intent upon. So we are calling for the release of the PKK leader to contribute to that important initiative. Peace in our time.